Hello everyone, Casper here with IAMLB Builders, and welcome to our love assessment. We put this love assessment together to help you have better relationships and communication with the people in your life. Now this is to help you determine your love purpose, and we also have this love assessment available in our workshops. So one of the first steps we do is to have people take this love assessment. So this is a free love assessment. It'll take you about 20 or so minutes to complete. And the steps are listed below. Now, if you're watching this video and you're not on our website, you need to go to our website, IAMLBbuilders.com. That's IAMLBbuilders.com. Click on the Love tab, and that'll take you to a page where this video is located. And the first step is step 1. It's a PDF that you're going to print out and fill out. Now, once you have that printed out and filled out, then you want to go to step 2 to fill in the online form to complete the love assessment. Once you do that, that'll send us an email, and that'll send you back some instructions on what to do next. And it'll also have a breakdown of the different love categories. Now I'm going to come back here in just a minute and break down and go over those love categories with you right here on this video. But the first step is complete step 1, and then complete step 2, and then come back to this video and we'll go over the answers to your love assessment. Now keep in mind, there is no right or wrong answers. We all have different parts of these personas, so there's no right or wrong answer. It just helps you identify what your love purpose is. So go ahead and pause this video, and then when you're ready to come back and we will go over your love assessment. Hey, welcome back. So now that you've completed the love assessment, we're going to go over the different categories, or the different color categories that are in the love assessment. The first one is commander. This is green. You're a natural leader, but that can lead to real problems for you if you do not temper your natural leadership skills with a willingness to listen and follow the advice of others from time to time. So leaders want to lead, right? Leaders want to take over, and that's what this commander position or love position wants to do. So there are some things to be mindful of. The first thing is, think about delegating some of your leadership responsibilities, right? So you don't have to do everything. You don't have to lead everything. You want to also help develop leaders within your organization, or within your team, or within your family. So assign tasks. Let others step up into that role as well, right? Also, think about seeing things from a person's perspective. So ask them what they think we should do as far as leading, right? Maybe you're in a work environment, so you want to go into the conference room and start coming up with ideas, asking people for other ideas on how we can move forward. You also want to think about seeking and asking for input from the team and listening to their advice, right? So you want to do that brainstorming session like I mentioned earlier, and think about ways to bring the team together and lead by example. The best leaders that I found are servant leaders, people who serve. So the more you serve, the better you are at serving. In my opinion, the better you are at leading. Okay, the next color category is brown, or giver. You have a natural servant heart and love to see people happy. But be careful, because your tendency to serve others could leave you with a lot of unfulfilled needs. Don't be afraid to say no. No is a very important word for a giver, because givers like to give. They just want to continue to give and keep giving, but they can give and burn themselves out. So you have to be very mindful if you are a giver. If your score is high on the giver category, you got to be very careful. Think about setting boundaries with how much you will do for others. Now I know this is tough for a giver, because you just want to help them. You just want to give. But again, you can burn yourself out. So think about setting boundaries. Think about asking for help quicker. So it's not up to you to solve all their problems. It's not up to you to help them only, right? So think about asking for help. Think about asking for other members of the team to come in and help you with this process. Think about teaching others to do for themselves, right? Teach them how to fish is better than you just doing it for them. And think about being less available. Let that call go to voicemail. Let the text messages linger a little bit before you respond. A lot of times they'll come up with the solutions on their own. All right, the next category is doer or blue. You're a natural at working, creating systems, and getting things done, but there never seems to be enough time in the day. You need to learn how to relax and ask for help. This is important, and this is kind of where I'm at, right? I'm always doing, but you have to find time to relax, and you have to find time to ask for help. So there's some things we can talk about in this category. Think about delegating the work, right? So make sure that you have your work assignment set up, but make sure there are other people assigned to do other tasks, so you are not overtasking yourself. Think about setting aside more time to just relax, right? That's me. I have to force myself to actually relax a lot of times, just to unwind, watch a movie, go for a walk, or what have you, because work can overwhelm you sometimes. Think about letting others come up with solutions. So do that brainstorming session we talked about. Whether you're in a work environment or home environment, think about asking others for their input. And think about staying in the conversation longer. A lot of times doers just do so fast they don't get all the instructions. So make sure you stay in the conversation longer so that you can make sure you know exactly what the task is to get done, and you'll be more productive. All right, the next category is analyzer. And it's red. You are a natural organizer and focused, but sometimes the rest of the world is not. You can be the most analytical analyzer, and you know exactly what needs to be done. You know exactly the dimensions of the project. You know everything about it, but it's so technical most people can't relate. They don't even know what you're talking about. So you have to be able to break down those conversations in a way that people can absorb them, right? That's one of the challenges with being an analyzer. So think about sharing your feelings quicker, even though you may not have the perfect words. So a lot of times analyzers speak in terminology that us common folks don't understand. Scientific lingo or different acronyms, who knows what. But think about what you're saying and break it down in a way that the rest of us can understand it. Think about listening more and relaxing. Again, analyzers need to relax as well, and they need to listen more. Even though you have the answers, and you know you have the answers, you still need to listen to other people's input, because sometimes somebody may come up with something that you didn't think about, right? So be willing to do that. Think about your tone when you're talking to others. Again, analyzers sometimes come off as being a snob, because they know the answer, they know how long it's going to take and all the details, and sometimes it comes off very rough. So you need to smooth it out a little bit, calm down a little bit, and allow us to catch up with your conclusion. And think about asking others for their thoughts more often. And this is also tough for an analyzer, because you don't need other people's thoughts. You know what needs to be done. But realize that you don't have all the answers, or you may not have all the answers. So allow other people's input again to help you in that regard. All right, the next category is yellow or socializer. You have a natural ability to connect with others and get them talking, but not everyone is comfortable with sharing their thoughts. Socializers want to socialize. They want to hang out. They want to network. They like to ask a lot of questions. They like to talk, and they like to hear themselves talk. But a lot of times people aren't as social as you may be. So be mindful of this when you're out there networking, right? Ask a question, but allow for them to answer and have a back and forth. That is a far more greater conversation than just you talking all the time. And a lot of times people don't want to go deep into their background or history or whatever. So just be mindful of that. Think about setting boundaries on how much you ask others to share. You may want to share everything, but they may not want to share everything. So just be mindful of that. And think about spending more time listening and less time talking. This is tough for a socializer, because the socializer just is ready for the next topic, ready for just to keep the party going, right? So just be mindful of that as a socializer. Be very mindful. And think about your life balance and commitments. A lot of times socializers are so busy socializing and networking, they overlook the important things like their family and their friends and their careers and so forth. So just be mindful as a socializer. There are other things other than just hanging out and having fun. And think about following through with the commitments that you make. Socializers aren't necessarily good analyzers or good documentation people. So just be mindful of that, right? Have a calendar. If you need to hire someone to manage your calendar, do it, because you don't want to drop the ball on important appointments. So socializers are so busy socializing, they can wind up dropping the ball on important topics. All right, the last category is purple, and it's nurturer. You have a natural heart and encouragement for others and love to see people cared for. But be careful, because your tendency to protect others could leave you vulnerable as well. Everyone deserves to be helped, but you may not have or may not be equipped to help everyone. Now this is important because the nurturer just wants to love on people, hug on people, you just want to see people happy and so forth. And all those are great traits, but they have some challenges. Think about setting boundaries with how much and whom you help. You can't help everyone, even though you want to, right? So just be mindful of that. Maybe the best solution is to get them help, and maybe that help is not you. Think about referring them to better help quicker. Like I said, it may not be you that helps them. Maybe you can get them some help. Maybe you can plug them into an organization or to a resource to get them that help quicker. And think about teaching others to help themselves. Very, very important. Teach a man how to fish instead of fishing for them. This is very important. It also helps their self-esteem and lifts them up. So think about getting them helping them help themselves. And think about how to develop their skills. At the end of the day, we want them to grow. You want to help them grow. You want to help them grow out of their situation that they're in or the challenge that they're facing. So figure out a way how to plug them into resources, or maybe you're the resource to help them grow, right? So that's a nurturer. Hey, I hope these helped. I hope you enjoyed the love assessment. We look forward to sharing more with you. You can go to our website to get more information. We've got podcasts, videos available up there as well. And we have workshops that we're going to start doing. And we have a new book coming out called Divorce Proofing Your Marriage. I hope you are able to check that out as well. And my name is Casper Stockham. You have a great day.